Well, good morning. This is James Hecker, Mortgage Advisor, NMLS number 214601, bringing you the weekly mortgage rate recap and forecast. And it's Tuesday today, since this is the first day back from the Christmas holiday weekend, and I hope you had a wonderful holiday. So, hey, here we are at the end of 2022, and the market is a lot different than it was this time a year ago. And housing prices, are they going to crash? Or, there's talk of a correction or a crash. And what do we have to look forward to going into 2023? Well, first of all, the recap. This last week, mortgage interest rates were pretty well flat. They ended up the week just a little bit higher than they started out. And a lot of that has to do with low volume. So when there's not a lot of trading going on of bonds, just a few trades have greater impact. So that's kind of what we're looking at. There's not a lot of activity the last 2 weeks of the year in trading bonds. So rates are just a little bit higher than they were the beginning of last week. And what do we have to look forward to for next year? Well, there's not a lot of economic data coming out this week. So again, we might have a fairly flat week when it comes to mortgage interest rates. But what's going to happen after that? Are we looking at a crash? Are we looking at home prices dropping out? There are plenty of doomsayers that are saying just that. CoreLogic, Case-Shiller, their predictions for 2023 are an increase in the price of homes for 2023 of about 4 to 5.5%. Right now, year to year or year over year, prices are still increasing. There are some markets that are showing some depreciation of pricing, but in general, we're still seeing upward pressure on prices for homes. And so a lot depends on what happens with mortgage rates. And most people have seen that, and they're taking a look at that. What the feds are continuing to do is to raise the discount rate to fight inflation, as they tend to get that under control, and they maybe push a little too hard, and we see some signs of recession. We're definitely going to see interest rates coming down a little bit, I think, in 2023. Now, we're not going to see the levels that we saw in 2021 and 2022, the beginning of 2022. But we are in a much more normal market. Without the feds buying bonds, this market is much more the true market value of bonds. In fact, it's still low. Interest rates are still good over history. And there's just some adjustment that we need to make. And sellers of existing homes are holding back. They're not putting their houses on the market as quickly as we would like to see that, because they know that when they sell their home, they're going to have to go buy something at an interest rate that is probably twice or maybe more than what it is that they have from last year or early this year. And so that is creating that upward pressure on existing home sale prices, even in the face of higher mortgage interest rates. And so even if we do see some lower prices throughout the markets, in the higher population areas, Southern California, San Francisco, Ventura, I'm in California, so I'll mention all those things in California. We're not really anticipating that great of a drop. Maybe I'm thinking less than 10% drop in home sale prices. And if you listen to the experts, CoreLogic and Case-Shiller, there'll be really overall no drop in the price in homes. But we are seeing listings come out a little bit less than what they were before. And if they're priced right and they're in desirable neighborhoods, we're seeing multiple offers. At a home last week, somebody was wanting to make an offer on a home. They went and took a look at it. I'd only been on the market for a couple of hours. There were a line of people getting to take a look at this home, and the offers were coming in already, and it hadn't even been on the market for more than a day. And it wasn't that it was so underpriced. It was a desirable home in a desirable neighborhood. So when's the right time to buy? Well, if you can afford it, buy a home. There's an expression, marry the home and date the rate. So even if interest rates are higher now than what they will be in 2023, get the home that you like, that you can afford, and then look at the possibility of refinancing when rates come down. That's definitely something that could save you thousands and thousands over the life of the loan if rates do come down somewhat. So if you'd like to speak about how this would affect you in your search for a home, and what direction the markets are likely to take, and again, what that impact is on you, please just give me a call, 661-714-2145. I'm working this week, even though things are kind of slower this last week of the year. I am looking forward to many blessings for you and for me and my family in 2023. So let's work together to make that happen. You have an absolutely fantastic week, and I hope to see you soon.